you're looking for one of the most enjoyable gas blowback shooting experiences in Airsoft today, you do a lot worse than getting yourself a PPSH from Vega Force Company. This is not a gun you buy for accuracy, this is a gun you buy for fun. It's an open bolt GBB after all. It's not going to have the most accurate shot, but you pick this up for blasting people with on full auto. Let's unbox this beauty and show you. So this is the first ever proper gas blowback version of the PPSH available in Airsoft. Let me just get this out of the VFC. Very sturdy packaging. I like that they've gone with this Russian style packaging that they did for the the AK they brought out earlier this year. Gone with that same style packaging for another icon of the Russian military. If you're a World War II nut, then you'll do a lot worse than picking up one of these, because this is, if I can get it out of the packaging, finally, here it is. Here it is, this absolute beauty of a specimen of a GBBR. It's so simple, but it's so bloody gorgeous. Look at that. They didn't complicate this in any way. They kept it as realistic as they possibly could within the realms of Airsoft. It is just pure simplicity. It's just solid steel. This thing is absolute sturdy beast. There's no wobble with these whatsoever. If you fall on it, it won't break, it'll break you. It's solid steel and solid real wood as well. That's it. Two pieces. It's got a single piece steel upper receiver here. I'll show that up close on the camera. So this is proper steel. This is very, very sturdy, very, very hefty as well. With the drum mag inside, with the drum mag clicked in, sorry, I can't speak today. This thing is over 4 kg, so this is not something you're gonna be able to run around with all day lightly. It takes a couple of guns of your own to run this gun. It needs a bit of muscle to carry this thing about all day, because this thing is a solid bit of kit. That wood, you can feel straight away. Some wood on Airsoft rifles, you feel it and you're like, or you look at it and think, well, yeah, it doesn't really look like the real thing. But this is some of the best quality wood I've seen on any Airsoft gun. And it's so thick, you can really feel the quality on this thing. Sorry guys, I'm filming at a new angle today, I'm trying to get used to it. You can blame cameraman Luca if it looks crap, but I don't think you can make the VFC PPSH look crap, because it's absolutely gorgeous. But let's have a look at what else you get inside of the box. So keep it quite simple. They've just got yourself safety instructions and also a little wrench for doing some adjustments to this thing. It's very simple. Everything about this thing is simple. The internals are super simple. It's just a couple of different moving parts in it, but it still works really well. We'll get onto the shooting experience in a second. But let's take a look at the magazine. So yeah, World War II, Soviet Union gun here. First proper gas blowback version, as we said. Actually, I'll take you through some of the markings on the actual gun itself before I move on to the magazine. So it's got most of the proper markings that you'd see on the real gun. They've kept it as accurate as they possibly can. VFC are known for making some of the most accurate gas blowback replicas on the market. If you've seen our past couple of VFC gas blowback videos, you'll know how true that is. They do a superb job with all of their high-end replicas. One of the best in the business at getting like the little details correct. So like this bit here, if I can show you this, again, trying to get used to this new camera angle, but this here, this exists on the real gun. It's where like a bolt would lock into place for the two parts. But if you pull this back, I don't really want to break it, but if I pull it to the side, that's how you do that. Where if it can focus in, come on guys, there you go. That's actually where you do the hop adjustment. That's your TDC hop. So they've even incorporated like something that doesn't need to be on the gun for the Airsoft replica. They've incorporated it in a way where it's actually functional and usable on an Airsoft replica. So I love the little details like that. That's one of the reasons why I love VFC replicas so much, because they just put that little bit of extra thought in. They make sure all the correct markings are on there. If we can get the focus in, there it is. Look at that, bloody gorgeous. They just go the extra kind of mile with these things. You've got your trigger, you've got your fire selector switch next to the trigger as well. Super simple to use. It's one of them where you just pick it up, put some gas and BBs in it, stick the mag in, and you start shooting. And we'll get to the mag right now because it's a bit of a different setup. Obviously, with the PPSH, you've got this drum mag. So this is actually the gas canister, and it's got the magazine inside. So these are pretty stiff, but you've got to pull this around, and then you pull this off. If I've actually pulled it all the way around, I haven't. And there you go. So this is where you put your gas in at the back, and then inside of here, you've got this little cylinder. This is your actual magazine. Now these are 120 round magazines. So the way they've done it, I think is quite an intelligent design, because it means that you get a whole load of gas and you get a whole load of BBs as well. If you're a gas blowback rifle user, you'll know that 120 rounds for a gas blowback is pretty insane. So that is a big positive of this thing. If you want to actually use a gas blowback on full auto, then you actually can. On a PPSH without it being like doing a full auto for 3 seconds, then you need to reload. So that is a positive. The negative about these things though is they're a bit fiddly, as you've just seen there. The lock on the drums are very tight. It's a bit of a fiddly system. You've got one canister for your gas, and then you've got your magazine inside. These magazines, I'll just actually put it out again because to show you this. As you can see, they're very thin. These are made of plastic. They are a bit flimsy, especially compared to the rest of the gun, which is just absolutely solid. So these magazines, you've got to be careful with these. You have to load them in a very specific way. There's instructions in your box about how to load these things. So I can see that these things would be quite easy to break if you don't load them like exactly as VFC tell you to do. And you know, you obviously, if you're trying to reload during a game, you're putting this thing into this heavy steel drum mag, there is a chance you might cause some breakage there. I don't know, I haven't ran these things out for a full game day, so I couldn't really say how sturdy they are, but just based on feeling them, I can feel that these things, they're a lot easier to break compared to the rest of the gun, let's just say that. But good thing about these is they're actually relatively cheap for a gas blowback magazine. So 120 rounds right straight away, that is very high for a gas blowback magazine, but you get 3 of these in a pack for 40 quid, which I don't think is bad at all for gas blowback mags. That's cheaper than like a single MWS mag for a Tokyo Marui gun. So 360 rounds worth of gas blowback firing for 40 quid. I don't think that's bad at all. Unfortunately though, if you do want a second drum, those are quite a bit more. I think they're like 120 quid off the top of my head. So that's pretty expensive. So one of the downsides of this is obviously once you've gotten through that 120 rounds, yes, you might have another magazine to reload with, but you're gonna have to, unless you have multiple of these, which will be extremely expensive setup. If you've got like 3 drums with a magazine in each, great, you'll be solid all day long. But if you only got 1 drum and then 3 magazines, obviously during the game when you run out, you're gonna have to take the cover off. You're gonna have to take this magazine out. You're gonna have to put another magazine in, lock the drum mag back up, and then put it back in your gun. It's a whole load of faff. I think the way they've done it is very clever, and I don't know a better way of doing it, but if you're trying to reload in the middle of a game, that is very fiddly. You're gonna be stood there for a good minute trying to reload these things. So make sure you find some cover if you're gonna do that at least. But that's the only kind of downside of the VFC PPSH. The drum mag is kind of brilliant, but also has a lot of downsides as well. I think they've done it in the best way that they possibly could. I think they maybe have to relook at some of the magazines, how durable they are. I mean, I've not actually we've not seen any evidence of anyone who's bought one of these, that there's been any evidence of them breaking them, but just from years of experience working here, I can see that as a product, that is something that somebody could accidentally break quite easily. But you know, that is up to them, how they treat their thing. If you treat it correctly, if you treat it how VFC want you to treat it, then you should be absolutely fine. But anyway, back to the gun itself. We're gonna put some gas and BBs in this in a second and actually fire it for you. I'll just show you all the different bits of the rifle on this new camera setup that we've got. Yeah, as you see, you've got two different, you've got a flip rear sight here. I'll try and show you this on camera, but you've got a flip rear, oh God. Sorry about this, guys, trial and error right here. You've got a flip up rear sight here, so you can set it to 100 meters or 200 meter flip rear sight. You've got a fire select switch next to the trigger. I believe I already said that actually. And in ideal settings, this thing, apparently, according to VFC, in ideal settings, one of these drum mags filled with gas will do 240 rounds through it. So 2 full mags in this thing. That is in ideal conditions, but we're in the UK and it's in November. To be fair, even in the UK in the summer, we never have ideal conditions. So I'm gonna say realistically, you're probably gonna wanna refill after every full magazine, but 120 rounds through one fill of gas, that's not bad at all really. You can try and aim for the 2 magazines, but I think you're being a bit optimistic with that personally. But as we say, this isn't the gun you pick for accuracy. This is a gun that you pick because you can whack it on full auto and absolutely spray it. You can blast the other team. So just for a pure fun, the pure fun factor, the PPSH is worth it. I'm going to put some gas and BBs in a sec and shoot it and show you that you don't want to buy this thing if you're looking for the most accurate shot possible. You buy this thing if you're after something extremely fun. I don't think many people are going to run this thing as their main, as their primary, but as like just an occasional change of pace from your usual M4, whatever it is. I think this is a fun bit of kit. It's also just gorgeous and it would look amazing as a display piece, I think. So you could just be buying this as a display piece. It's a pretty expensive display piece, but you do you. But yeah, I think that's about it for the entire thing. Oh, one thing I do need to mention is that some people might be expecting this. Other people have done videos on this, like the guys from VFC when they were showing this thing off to begin with, to show how sturdy of a thing this is. They kind of put the magazine in and they use it as a seat. You can actually sit on the drum mag. They are an average size Taiwanese person. I'm an overweight bloke from Teesside. There's absolutely no way I'm gonna sit on this thing because I will break and bend it. As sturdy as this thing is, I don't think it's gonna be able to put up with my weights right after Halloween as well, the amount of sweets I've been eating. So I'm not gonna be doing that test, but fair to say, this thing is a solid bit of kit. I'm really impressed by the build quality of it. I'm really impressed by all the little details on it, even though there's not really much room, there's not much scope to put stuff on this thing. But enough talking, let's stick some gas and BBs in the thing and start shooting. Again, can we just appreciate how beautifully simple the PPSH is. Hefty boy, over 4 kilograms with the magazine in. These things are a bloody nightmare to load up, I can tell you that. It will take some getting used to. Loading these things are very fiddly. We've actually only put 80 rounds through this, not the full 120, just because it was a bit easier for us to do. I haven't even hopped it just because I'm running on a bit of a tight schedule today, but we're not here to show how accurate this thing is, we're here to show you how fun this thing is. We're just gonna put it through a chrono just to give you a few shots. I'll give you an idea of what it's doing out of the box. It is November in England in a 50 meter indoor target range. The conditions aren't ideal, so we've put a bit of power up puff dyno gas in there. That's like the equivalent of red gas. Let's do a few shots through the chrono. So about 270 on average, not ideal, but again, not the best conditions. I've not hopped it properly. Probably want to use some stronger gas on this thing, but we're not here to show you how powerful and how accurate this thing is. We're going to show you how fun this thing is to shoot. So I'm just going to give you a few shots on semi right out the box. So I just love the bolt on this thing. I think the snap on it is so satisfying, but of course you all want to see what it does on full auto. That's what you're all here for. So let's give it a little. Woo! Now that is nice. I'm already gone through my 80 rounds there, so even with that 120 round mag, you are going to be able to shoot through this thing pretty fast when you're spraying like that, but that is like the nicest full auto of any gas blowback I've ever shot, easily, and you can actually get more than like 3 seconds out of it, which is great. As I say, this is not one you pick up for accuracy, this is one you pick up because you just want to go out in the field and just absolutely spray your mates with it. It's not something I'd run as a main primary. If this is your first gas blowback rifle, probably wouldn't be the best choice to go with the PPSH, just because of the practicality things with the magazines and you're swapping out inside the drum and all that kind of thing. But unless you really got your heart set on this thing, because it is bloody gorgeous and it's super fun to use, I think it'll be hard to go out and have a day out playing airsoft with this thing and not have a massive smile on your face, because I mean, just that full auto is so satisfying, and the sound of that bolt, it's really, it just scratches an itch inside my brain somewhere. It doesn't have like insane recoil, I think, because it's such a stiff gun and because it's got such a solid stock. You don't really get like the judder back against your body that you would with other gas blowback recoil guns. It's not the gun that you buy for that, but of course you're getting the slap of that bolt every time you shoot, which is super satisfying in its own right. It's all down to personal preference. If you are after a good quality PPSH, this is the best one on the market. There's not much more to say about it. They've done a fantastic job with it. Is it the most practical gun? No. Is it the most accurate gun? No. Is it one of the most fun gas blowback guns in airsoft today? I certainly think so, but do let us know in the comments what you think of it, guys. We always want to get your feedback. And as always, remember to like this video, subscribe to BZ if you haven't already for more airsoft content. Shop online at bztactical.co.uk or in store here in Teesside, North East England. We've only got a couple of these left, so if you're after a PPSH, make sure you get one quick, because I don't know when they'll be back in stock. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.